Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, here to GameStar TV for the HGC ANZ qualifiers. I'm your host, Kit Fox, and before I palm you off to your casters, Skibby and Vandy, a quick update on the last match. If you have just joined us, due to starting very, very late and excessive delays caused due to DCs, Mission Improbable have forfeited the match against Ethereal Cat, and the win awarded to EC. So we're back into round 3 now. We're going to be actually featuring Ethereal Cat on stream. Just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors, Zowie, Strive for Perfection, XSplit, Challenge, and Player.me are all products of Split Media Labs. And thank you to Plantronics, the official headset sponsor of GameStar. But right now, it's Ethereal Cat versus SASSU on Infernal Shrines. SASSU in a must-win situation if they have to claim that coveted second spot at a crack of $2,000 guaranteed with a chance of 8K. Not bad, thank you. But Skimmy and Vandy, it's all over to you for EC versus SASSU on Infernal Shrines.
The way, absolutely a must-win for SASSU. Sweet Dreams giving them a bit of a brace there, actually, from losing to NV. SASSU went through the gauntlet. They just went up against the Titans that are Nomia, so they'll be hoping definitely that Sweet Dreams versus Nomia as well. But we're really hoping that the Swiss bracket does give us a SASSU versus Sweet Dreams matchup later in tonight's viewing, Vandy. But hey, this is the one to watch. It's ECAT. It's explicit. It's always fun watching their team.
Yeah, I want to see what strats they come up with tonight, Skimmy, and what they bring out. Perhaps more Kalthars by Explicit. We'll have to see, because he was loving that champion last week.
It's always sad because I always meme when his team comes on thinking, oh, it's Explicit. He's like the superstar. He plays Asmodee. Everybody knows him from Hero League. He never plays it, and people look at me funny. But, Infernal Shrines, I don't think we're going to see Asmodee picked on this one either.
No, but I'm thinking on Infernal Shrines we're going to want prioritization on that wave clear as well as AoE damage to sort of secure all the little dudes, as we coin them here now, and just get that objective push with the John Cena, go for the win. We've got quite a lot of our own names of things now, which is nice to see in our scene.
I think if people come in and watch this and they've never seen Heroes of the Storm before, they'll be thinking, what are these guys on about? Little dudes, John Cena, these guys high right now. But talking about some bans, as you mentioned, AoE, strong picks, Ragnarok's doing so much last game. Vala, a go-to, the first time I've actually seen her banned away like this. She's paired so well with so many different heroes on this one especially. And it really palms off quite nicely to see a Varian first pick. That's a first.
They're just putting such high priority on him. They didn't want him banned away, so they've taken him for himself. And once again, we're probably going to see that taunt coming out as well, getting that reliable CC. And then, like you sort of saw on that Tassadar in the previous game, just sort of chunking him, Skimmy.
But you know what this leaves up now? It leaves up Zaya, it leaves up Tassadar, it leaves up ETC, Malfurion. So many options, and it would really question, is Varian really first pick worthy?
Going to just have to wait and see. Like, as we sort of said, I'm wondering why they put such high priority on him. I think it's just, as we said, because he wasn't banned away, they just wanted him for himself first. It's just really that prioritization.
I wouldn't be too surprised if they do actually pick up Tychus and Zaya. They might actually just give up the Malfurion. Tychus seems to have so much preference, especially given that Valor's been taken off the board. They're going to go for the Tassadar. I would be very surprised if they went for a double support pick here. No, they go for the double Protoss buddies. Tassadar and Artanis, and that is going to be a pretty fresh squad right there.
Peas in a pod right there, and shield up is as well what I'm sort of noticing. And I'm really interested to see, I guess, the Artanis pick. I wonder if that was so they have another really big brawler against Varian to also then offer up a blind. So... Yeah, like you said, I guess you weren't favouring him before, and he does have a couple of weaknesses here and there, but he can be quite a durable champ and quite, I guess, bruiser-like as well, and able to deal out quite a lot of damage if left unchecked.
But this double pick here, when it comes to two heroes with big shields, definitely to their core kit, we discussed Varian actually having Shattering Throw. This is almost like a power play saying, look, we're confident. We know that you're not actually going to get to that level in the game. We'll actually get much value from that pick. So, I mean, Shattering Throw completely counters what these two heroes really built upon. So, interesting to see them go in that direction. What I would have thought they'd have done would be the Malfurion and Tychus, but that's exactly what ECAT are going to respond with, and that's a strong opening from them.
Yeah, it's exactly like you said. They're offered on the table, so they took them for themselves. Tychus offering up a lot of that AoE zoning potential as well, just good at just also clearing. And Malfurion, like we're sort of seeing, just such a must pick now.
Absolutely a must pick. It seems like, if you're not going to pick him, he's not really worth a ban. very low chance that he is going to be banned. And if he is, then you kind of fall flat in the draft itself. But there's no reason why you wouldn't want to pick up the Marathon. ETC being taken off the board. Okay, yep, right again. Best tank in the meta right now, definitely doing so much work. But really, there's a lot of interesting decisions right now running through ECAT's head as to where they want to go for this ban. Do they want to leave the Xayah up? Xayah is strong, but it's another shield, and they've got, say, the Tychus and the variant that can really counter that. I'm just trying to really think what is running through their head as to what they want to ban away. Do they want to go a tank direction or, a support?
I think at this point they'd want to, I guess, go their tank. Or maybe ban out the, I guess, other supports, because as we sort of seen, Tassadar generally means then you're going to have 2 supports, unless you want to play with a very risky sort of team comp there.
They just go against it completely. That's when the caster curse is kicking in. They just go, look, we don't want to play Kael'thas. I don't want them to play Kael'thas. Let's just take that one off the board, okay? So the Fire God is going to be completely taken away. Same with Ragnaros. No fight, just pure ice and shields. So pretty fresh there.
I wouldn't be surprised if we see another Dahaka pick coming out, as you said, the Zarya. I'm surprised that no one's sort of wanted to pick up any strong globals at the moment as well. Not saying that they're down and out. It is a smaller map, but it's always great to have. That's why I'm just sort of seeing the Falstad Dahaka still on the board there.
Kerrigan doesn't really look too attractive. This is the map for Kerrigan if you're going to go in that direction. But given that he kind of picked up this pretty beefy, resilient frontline anyway, there's no real reason unless you're going to really want to clash 2 rocks together and say, look, our engage comp is better than your kill engage comp. With 5 seconds on the board, though, they've only shown us a Rhaegar at this stage. So looking to really empower somebody. Who are they looking to enable? Li Ming. Not the best wizard for this map, but definitely still has a big foothold in what she can bring to the table.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, I love that Li Ming pick because we've just seen this so much. And I think it's not so much going to be about brawling for the objective, but also just harassing, poking, just looking for an opportunity there. I mean, we do hear a lot about the reason why she's so weak on this map is because a lot of her skill shots can be blocked. But you take that sort of out of that sort of scenario and then it's just like another map for her, really. Another day at the office.
I think what's curious now, if we're looking at the rounding out for the rest of SASSU, is do they run another tank or do they run the Artanis as a solo bruiser? Because right now that's putting a lot of attention on Li Ming, guaranteeing kills, getting kills set up for her. If she doesn't have the best day, then SASSU are going to fall pretty flat when it comes to this game. So interesting to see how they round things out. Obviously the attention now is on ECAT with 10 seconds left on the clock. Right now, do need another damage source in some regards. Sonya, I mean, she's been buffed. She is so strong. This was her map back in the day. I wouldn't mind seeing Sonya added to the roster.
Just speaking of those old heroes that we used to see, Sonya, Kerrigan, I was thinking of them, but it's funny because they don't jump to front of mind anymore, Skimmy. It's more just going to be that afterthought. But with the buffs that Sonya has received, I definitely wouldn't shy away from her. It does sort of fill that brief of having another bruiser on hand. But would she be effective against the team sort of presented by EC? I'm not thinking so. I don't think a Sonya is what they're looking for, not to finish off their team.
No, and they've actually gone for the Xayah, like you mentioned. They've gone for Thrall too. Given how SASSU have built this comp, I wouldn't be surprised to see them actually go Earthquake here and just really slow down the momentum, slow down the pace of what SASSU are trying to achieve. Li Ming, there's nowhere to run. The rest don't really have much mobility built in. So with that, Varian has a free roam at sort of securing charges. There's routes to guarantee it. Tychus can just stand there, let his minigun go ham. So I'm really liking this comp. They've come out from ECAT. They've drafted well.
Yeah, they have. It's a very strong-looking draft, and it's got a little bit of everything that they need. I mean, if I was sort of on the team of SASSU right now, I was thinking a Dahaka could fill in what they were.
I'd be panicking. There you go. There you go. Yeah, I would be panicking because they got Dahaka. They did need another tank. They can't let Artanis on his own because he wants to try and flank from the side. I'm looking at this comp right now and thinking if Li Ming can't do anything, she's screwed. So Artanis needs to try and play that bruiser role, get around the side, put pressure on. They need another tank in some regard. You called it. Dahaka's been picked. That's global, and that's the one big advantage that I'll have over ECAT here.
Exactly right. And I mean, a global is just going to help them, I guess, send attention to another lane. Dahaka then burrows into, hopefully where the action is, in a totally opposite lane. So yes, that is what they're kind of using to make up, I guess, some weakness that we can sort of see in SASSU's team comp. But it's all going to be fair game once we actually get started.
So I expect to see really the focus of this game, especially for SASSU, is soaking with the Dahaka, taking complete control and advantage of the fact that they have a global over their opponents, and making sure that Li Ming is set up, enabled, and made sure that she can get kills to get the ball rolling. Like we saw last game, if Li Ming goes crazy, well, you know what happens. On the flip side, ECAT definitely have that big sort of clumped up squad. We stay as 5. We make sure we just bully through as a squad, almost like a Roman soldier. And they just make things happen. So let's kick it off. It's game number 3 right now in the Games of Summer Qualifiers. Looking at the left-hand side, it is your blue squad. It is SASSU, and it's led here by Ultivian. He's going to be playing Rhaegar, Sashin, the captain, jumping on Artanis, Shadow on Tassadar, A Eternal Nexus on Dahaka, and Singledar is on Liming.
And Team EC, we've got Innovation on Varian, Blindside playing Zarya, Explicit on Thrall, Crazy Meter on Malfurion, and Cyril Lee playing Tychus.
So, I mean, it's interesting to see that Artanis has been picked because, like you said, Artanis was buffed and he got a lot of love as a result of the rework. He had that bug for quite a while, especially the first 2 weeks, and didn't actually get chosen as a result. But no, it's good to see him actually up in the front. He's obviously got his Tassadar buddy there to really give him some extra shields and survivability. But if you leave Artanis unchecked, you're really going to have a bad day, tank or not.
Yeah, you can really just get in there, and really such a great dueler because of his passive, just recharging up that shield.
Ooh, but an interesting first level 1 pick here is Seasoned Marksman coming out of Thrower, actually opting for that over the Lightning, but doesn't matter because there goes level 1 Carnage. Blindside dragged into the pit, taken away into the darkness, and the team say thank you very much, we'll take a level 1, and that's first blood for SASSU.
They're happy with that first blood too. Look, they're so content. They've broken out into their lanes right there. We're seeing the Mal pick up the scouting drone, not opting for the Innovate sort of cooldown there. So, I mean, why would you do that? Is because look at how small the map is, especially when you all come to congregate around the shrines. It just gives that team that added vision, making sure that the team doesn't get the jump on you. Yep,
and you can see that this team coming out of SASSU has so many different ways and points of attack that they really want to try and squander you. And it's almost like how I was talking before as this draft was loading up. They have a squad that want to stick together as 5. And, if you get abused and ambushed from a side that you're not prepared for, it's not going to be the best time. And talking about that, ambush number 2 going on to Zarya, taken out once again. There goes the swap. They're looking for more now, Vandy. They are aggressive. They are hungry. And they do not care what we have to say about their draft.
Yeah, definitely not at all. They're showing that they are a powerhouse, showing how well you execute, I guess. And with Blindside, they're getting picked off for the second time. I dare say he's had enough of it. Just going to be more wary with just these rotations coming out. Full aggression on the team, on the side of SASSU.
And SASSU positioning 3 members right now in the bottom lane. Oh, there goes another swap. Chrysometer going up for that scanning drone. You were talking about it. Do not get caught in the wrong spot at the wrong time. And that's exactly what happened. Ironic, really, when you think about it, because now a double kill has come from a support trying to make a play. And that's why you just sit back and you be a healing bot. Don't try to be the hero.
Sometimes we don't need heroes. The world doesn't need more heroes, Fraser. Not in this case, but
I'm just enraged every support player in the world right now.
Yeah, they'll be alright. But I was just going to say that was just a beautiful Prism swap going out there with that change that they made to Artanis, allowing him a lot more flexibility when he dashes in. And you really have to be worried about the long-range swaps because they can and will happen.
So this is where SASSU in a really good spot right now. The 32 little dudes up. They've got Explicit. Dearing me, you got me confused now. I'm thinking split pushing is always going to be Explicit. It's burned into my skull. There comes Eternal X, finally coming from that global pressure, coming on down. He is getting amongst 39 little dudes to 7. This has to be a SASSU pickup right now. They are backing away. They're actually looking to actually mount a comeback right now. It just needs 1 member. Liming needs to land at least 1 orb, 1 spell, and it's just going to go from there. But that was literally the perfect opportunity for them right there. Thrall had to rotate down. The Hulk was going to soak for as long as possible. And you can see why they're a full level up.
Exactly right. It's just giving them that global pressure right there. And as well, now they've got the first Punisher of the game. With Crazy Meter just getting so dangerously low and falling.
Yeah, there's not really much to say on that one. He just got caught out in the wrong spot at the wrong time. John Cena got aggressive. He jumped on towards Tychus. Heals are there. But there's now 3 members left to defend, and you can see they're not wanting to actually get too aggressive here. Innovation is going to get jumped upon. Wrong move, buddy, because you are going to pay the price for that as a result. Gets swapped, gets dragged away once again, and it's just easy pickings right now for SASSU. They're so happy with this one.
Yeah, I mean, although we were favouring the draft from EC, they're not really getting a chance to use it. They're just getting picks for days right now by SASSU, and they're playing it very, very aggressive. Look, they're already onto the second fortification now, and we're not even 5 minutes into the game yet.
Absolutely. This is SASSU saying we've got an advantage. Let's really abuse it. They're 4 level up. They've got the talent advantage as well. Let's now light this map up blue. They're going to take away the Merc camp. And there's not really much that ECAT can really do in regards to this. They just have to play it patiently, get the right picks themselves, and try and not get caught. I mean, they've got the scanning drone like you mentioned, but really for them, it's going to be a case of hitting level 10 and reassessing from there.
Exactly right. So they're just going to be playing smarter and just not trying to, I guess, overextend, because they have now been picked off a couple of times now, not only by Dahaka but also Artana. So they're going to just be taking it easy right there, making sure that they keep an eye on things. But all that time, we're seeing Eternix continuously going up to the top lane circuit, and we're also seeing them, as you said, paint the town blue, taking every Merc camp that they could get their hands on.
Yeah, they just can't afford to get caught in these solo lanes, because you can see Frala's pushing up in the top lane. He's already at a disadvantage because he doesn't have global pressure. So if he's forced to go and rotate to another lane to try and alleviate that, it just hinders their chances of mounting any comeback even further right now. They are going to go for a Merc camp collection, which is quite nice on their part. Gives them some much-needed pressure in that top lane to try and respond to what Eternix is doing. 3 members are going to rock up. Feral Spirit does not connect, unfortunately, from them there. They're still going to chase regardless, though. But abilities missing left, right, and center, and that's ANZ memes here.
And talking about our ANZ memes, we did touch, I guess, on Tassadar previous week because he was new. He was, all changed up, all new and shiny. And I guess the consensus is that people really have found their footing with this guy, and it is that he is strong, Skimmy. He, I guess, changes to his shield as well as his Archon form actually being viable now. It's really seeing him just, I guess, bring new life to that character. And the stats, I guess, on a global scale was every time that Tasta was sort of picked, I think he had one of the highest win rates in all 3 countries, Europe, America, and Asia.
Yep.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was just going to say, an Archon form has been one of those ultimates I just have not seen since I played back in Alpha. It used to be the go-to then. You'd be like that backliner who was just so elusive. You could jump in, hit the backline, be like, you can't kill me because I'm so shielded up. Oh, you tried to attack me, that's cute. I've got another shield for myself. And then he kind of went to like a shield bot and played a lot more passively. Now he's kind of put that midpoint between the two and that flare, and you can see what he's doing here. Archon picked up once again, looking to really unleash some potential. And this is really ECAT having to play it patient. They need level 10. That's why you can see Varian in the bot lane pushing for it as long as he can, soaking up that XP. Dahaka's going to spawn in the top lane, so you need to send somebody up here. And this is SASSU really taking advantage of what their comp brings.
Oh my gosh, and all that aggression just coming out right there from Team SASSU. It's Prism Swap from Sashin right there. Even though Blindside used his shield, they weren't even phased at all, giving him full energy. But they're like, what are you going to do? It's 5v1 here.
They have level 10 now, but it's, once again, Xayah being the one that's being caught out. Talking about ultimates, though, on the side of ECAT, I thought they would go for the Earthquake. I thought they would sort of stick as that Torpedo squad and make sure that, as 5 members, they move together and just really take out players one by one. There goes the swap again. Sashin, he is making things happen. He gets taunted, but the ancestral healing is so well timed. It doesn't matter, though. He does get taken out anyway. And what looked like a very playmaker play, I could argue it actually kind of backfired on him.
Yeah, I guess the downside of having a maximum range swap is where you end up, because you trade places. It's not that he gets to get dragged to you, you actually swap places. And the insta taunt to follow up with Altivian's cleanse, unfortunately, it was a little too late. There was nothing more you could do there. It was just taking too much damage from all sides. So just maybe if he had sort of seen what it would have ended up to be, might not have swapped that one.
It was almost as if Innovation almost like spat at him, thinking like, what is going on right now? And he's going to get angry because he's going to go to the top lane right now. They are looking for a Eternal X. They're trying to take him out, but the adaptation is so damn good, healing him up completely to safe ranges that allows them to get up harm's way. But yeah, that's the power of Taunt, especially doing work for them there. But story now is 13-11. SASSU with a comfortable 2-level lead. 7 kills to 1, only 1 kill being picked up for. And SASSU, they just need to keep it calm. They need to keep it composed. They need to win this game, Bambi.
They do indeed. And I mean, oh my gosh, just watching the top lane there for a moment, with Eternix just being so patient, staying in the fog until Sashin could come up with the gank. That was really, really almost dirty Dahaka tricks right there. Ral definitely thought he was alone until he sort of pushed down and was like, oh no, here it comes.
Not like this is probably where he was chanting as it life perished before his very own eyes. But there goes the rotation. 5 in the top, 5 in the mid as well. But the trade is definitely in favor of SASSU because they pick up a fortification for their troubles. And with that, they can hang around patiently because that dog camp It is ready. It is ready to spawn. We might actually go for the swap here. No, Prism Swap doesn't connect that time. But they're looking for the engage regardless. And this is ECAT playing so aggressive despite being a talent down. They don't care. Expulsion Zone was used. They don't get a pick. And expect to see them back away as a result.
I mean, EC, they're just trying to capitalize on, I guess, any sort of advantages they can see. They don't want to let up their own camp, but now they're down a heroic, and what are they going to do now that they want to try and engage again? This time they're going to be down in an ultimate, so they just need to be careful.
Down an ultimate indeed, still not level 13. Shrine is active, Nodi making a move towards it just yet. They've got the camp, the minion wave heavily pushing on through top. Response here from ECAT is let's get a minion wave ourselves, starting to build up. They're going to go for the Shaman camp, pick that up there. But that does now let SASSU have the jump on this shrine once more. They've got 7 little dudes picked up just like that. I don't think ECAT have enough time to actually get down here and mount an assault.
I think that they just spend too much time on taking that bruiser camp because it's already halfway through. If they want to win, they have to do a clean sweep and then sort of take the objective like that.
Look at that. I mean, they come in at the wrong time. They sort of split up as a wrong squad. Tychus gets taken out, but the fight is going to break out as well. Archon has been used. Same for Earthquake and the Ancestral. Blindside is being obliterated there. Personal shoot is going to be enough to keep them up, but no. There goes the Sonic Storm. There goes one. Make that 2. Triple kills picked up here. ECAT are dropping like flies. Spread out, dispersed, and broken up as a competition. Eternal Nyx getting aggressive, jumps into a hole, and he pops that to find another member. The Alliance King himself, Varian, drops away, and that's 5 members, Vandy, of ECAT dropping just like that.
Yeah, just a ton of damage coming out from SASSU onto them. And like you said, it was just a bit of a mishmash trying to filter in. With one falling, the rest sort of fell there. Almost that Li Ming sort of situation we've seen before, where just one member gets picked off, the rest sort of fall like dominoes. And we saw that happen right there. And just looking at the damage numbers now, Skimmy, we're seeing similar damage numbers across the board, but with a huge difference with 13 kills to 1. So I guess a lot of that's just due to the soaking that they get from Tacita, as well as just the healing from Rhaegar coming out. It's just so much more effective for the side of SASSU.
Yeah, I mean, people get very bogged down with the scoreboards of, oh, look how good my damage is, why am I not doing top damage? But let's not get caught up about that, because Blindside has just been absolutely monstered. He's been swapped into complete Africa. Fight's going to break out. He's going to go the wrong way around as a result of that session. Still getting aggressive, and John Cena gets the final punch to make that a double. Tychus falls for his efforts as well, and that gives them a brace. Now they can get this keep quite comfortably in the bottom lane. These lasers are doing work as well, because Chrysometer was dropping so low. Li Ming might actually secure it. 30 health, Bandy. The Druid himself lives another day.
Oh my gosh, and he had to run through John Cena territory to get back. I was just holding my breath for a moment there. That was perilous ground indeed. But doesn't face SASSU. They're going for the win there now. I'm not sure if they want to end or if they're going to chase kills.
This could be risky, Vandy. There goes the Twilight Dream. Respawn time is Bayu are still quite low, 15 seconds. They are looking to go for this core. The shield is finally being dropped now. For Innovation. Innovation doing a great job at staying alive for so damn long. Chrysometer keeping him up. He's got no other tools left in his bank. There he goes the Ancestral Healing. That keeps up the Haka. And the core is still being aggressive on 70% now, Vandy. They are doing it. They've got no mana though on Li Ming. Li Ming is having an absolute nightmare here. Ulted in. He's expended all of his mana. That core is still dropping though, Vandy. 20%. And they're looking for kills. 10%. That has to be game. And that is GG. SASSU pick up a much needed win. And they keep their dream alive.
I must say, that was probably the most extended fight around a core I've seen in a while, especially with just low mana bars everywhere. You could just see them all hammering away, auto-attacking at the end there. I'm surprised they even tried to get kills. With the entire time the core was hammering on them, and it just showed how much sustain and how much soak they had with all the shields available. Yeah,
that was a bit of a sketchy fight. I'll bear with you for a second, because I was thinking, what is going on here? This could be a complete throw that they did not need to make, but comfortable securing at the very end there. But let's talk about MVP. I'm going to pass it to you for your first nomination. Did you have anybody in your eyes that you really thought? I mean, Session does break the brace. He was the only member on the side of SASSU to actually die.
He broke that indeed, but I was actually thinking about giving it to Sashin just as Altana's plays, his Prism swaps, so on point, making sure that he filled in the role that they needed, which was a really strong initiator. So I'm happy to give it to Sashin for his almost perfect, sorry. He did dive in there. Perfect.
Performance.
Altana's play. Yeah, performance. Thanks, Gimme.
I think I was going to give a sort of an honourable shout out to Dahaka. Eternal Nyx did a wonderful job, in my opinion, of getting around the map, securing the advantages in terms of XP, and actually making sure those drags were always impactful. The amount of times he found somebody and brought them in, almost like bringing them into his cave, saying, you are my prey, like a spider finding a fly and sort of baiting him into a trap. So for me, I thought Ayotonix's performance in Dahaka was quite memorable. But like you mentioned, I'm thinking Session overall impact on the game. Despite the one death, he was making plays to make his team obviously make plays too. So I'll give it to him. So big shout out to you, Session. MVP nomination for round number 3 going in your favor means you get a sweet chance at winning that Plantronics headset. But that just does about it for round number 3. Let's pass it back to Kid Fox as we get ready for number 4.
Thank you very much, Skimmy. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, the Zul'jin bundle giveaway is active. So if you have just joined us, or if you haven't done so already, whatever it may be, type !ZUL into Twitch chat, and we're going to be drawing that after the conclusion of the next round. So make sure you follow as well to be eligible. It does cost you nothing, and it could actually net you some sweet swag, as Blindside found out 2 weeks in a row now. We also have an update on one of the teams. Team NMD have just informed us that they are withdrawing from the competition. So that now brings us back down to 8. So there'll be no more buys. So that is, well, not so good for the teams and the community, but it's good that we're back down to a nice even number at 8. Big shout out to Zowie, our main sponsors, as well as XSplit Challenge and Player.me. But don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We will be back very, very soon for round 4 right here on GameStar TV for the HGC Summer Qualifier.